Hi, I'm Rob Davidson with Wheels on Edge. This is the 2011 Honda Fit. Now, the Fit's been in the marketplace for quite a while. It has proven itself as a good, compact car. It consistently makes the top 10 best lists for compact cars year after year in all the big car mags and so on. And I can certainly understand why. I've driven this almost every year since it came out, and it is a really commendable, easy to drive car. And I say easy to drive because it's small, it gets into tighter spaces, it does have a decent enough acceleration that it will get up and get into traffic, and I'll tell you, it's got a couple of things as well that I really, really like about it. Let's start with the greenhouse. There is not one scintilla of an inch of this car that's a blind spot. This is the easiest car to see out of any car I've ever driven. You can see anywhere. You can see everybody. If you've got your mirrors placed correctly, you should never ever veer into the wrong lane when somebody else is there. You can see out of this car so easily. There is, however, one small drawback to this great greenhouse, and that is these little windows right here. Tell me if this is not the case. If you're driving along on a wet day, say, and you've got the white line on the road, it reflects up into these windows and right into the windshield, and you see the white lines as you're looking straight ahead. I'm not looking out these windows, I am looking straight ahead, but I'm seeing the white lines. It's a little distracting. I'm not saying get rid of the windows. I am curious to know why that happens. I'm curious to know if anybody else has had that problem. Perhaps I shouldn't be so easily distracted. I don't know. I'll tell you this much though, it happened to me all week while I was driving the car. So let's talk about price. The Fit has always been competitive with other small cars, compact cars in its segment, but it's always been at the top end of that competitive pricing. And to some extent, I think it still is. Now, model starts at $14,480, something like that. This particular model is the Sport model. You can tell because it has the rear spoiler and then the spoiler on the front as well. This model goes for about $18,000, and that's because it also has the automatic transmission. It's a 5-speed automatic transmission. Now, this is way better. I much prefer this transmission over some of the CVTs that I've been driving recently. I don't like the continuously variable transmissions usually, and I've not liked them at all in a couple of the other cars that we've been driving. This one is a gear transmission. It's a 5-speed, and it actually is quite nice. Although it does whine as you hammer it down to get up to speed, to get into traffic. Boy, it's loud. It really lets you know that you have your foot to the floor, which you have to do for the little 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine to get you up to speed. Fuel economy, it's exactly where you expect it to be. In the city, it's a little over 7 liters per 100 kilometers. And then on the highway, it's 5.5. So it is a fuel sipper, no question about that. It's a very aerodynamic car with tons and tons of room on the inside, both in the back and in the back seat. One thing which I pointed out before, which I want to point out to you right now, and then I'll let you go. And it has to do with the back. The back of this car is really low. So if you've got something you've got to lift and put up in there, it's incredibly low, and it's really easy to get stuff in and out. In fact, the only thing I can think of in a sort of a negative way is it's so low, you might actually kind of, sugar your back up a bit by bending down and bending it back up. Other than that, it's easy on the eyes, easy to drive, easy on the fuel. On the whole, you could do a lot worse than the Honda Fit.